My dogs are currently going insane. But so this was really weird. Today, I decided to go back and like see when I hit ranks. And I really reflected on that today. And then of course it got my math wheels turning and I was like, oh yeah, we're 100% going Emerald and going to Emerald Extravaganza. Like we're doing it. But I just wanted to start off like how I got to senior gold and then give you my mindset tips. Y'all, I have a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I have all the mindset tips. So first, like I hit silver in 4 days. Hold on a second. I gotta turn my video off. Okay. Sorry, y'all. My husband just came home from work. So I went silver in 4 days. Lauren texted me and was like, you could make like $700. And I was like, what even? And so I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's host an event because I told her, no. Like these are not going to work. I didn't even want to try the products at first, but I did. And I had every intention of sending them back in 60 days and getting all my money. So there's that for those of you that didn't know that. Like I was like, nope, it's not going to work. But I went silver in 4 days. And then I hit 40 points my first full month, which I didn't even realize until today. I almost hit senior silver in my first full month. But I hit senior silver in August of last year and I kind of held it for a little bit. But then I did not re-rank in November and I did not re-rank in December. December was my lowest month since I started the business in June. December, I had like 30 points. And today I was like, why? But I kept trucking. January, I was like, it's a new year, it's a new month. Like I've got wedding stuff over with. And so in January, I missed gold.
Did she freeze for y'all or just me?
Yeah, she's frozen for me.
Man, I was like, I missed gold by, and I was like ready for it.
Am I unfrozen now?
Yes, you are. The last thing we heard was I missed gold by.
Oh, I missed gold by 2 orders, y'all. 10 points. And like, that's literally how I still feel about it. So then February, I dropped down to 75 points. And then March, I got to go on a trip. I did not fully earn that trip, but I was working towards it. So I paid my way and I went to Florida with Chandler and met some of the other girls that I hadn't met before on our team. We went on spring break. And when we came back, I was like, I'm going gold. I'm doing it. And I hit gold and I ended with 125 points that month. Like, I feel like I don't do anything halfway. If I'm going to hit a rank, I'm going to go well above it. Because that's my senior gold story too. I have not dropped gold points, which I was really, really scared in April. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to re-rank. What in the world? Trash mindset. Okay. And so then I was like, okay, senior gold, let's do it. Let's push for it. And I hit senior gold in July and I didn't just hit senior gold. I had over 300 points in July. And that still like blows my mind because I didn't even have 250 points on the last day of the month. And then we sailed past it. It was incredible. It was so much fun. And honestly, like, yes, I was pushing for senior gold, but I was pushing first for Chandler to hit Emerald. And then second, we get a text from Jordan that's like, Lauren Davis is 9 orders from Senior Ruby. And I was like, hold on. I'm texting everybody. And so like my goals weren't about me, to be completely honest. Did I want it? Yes. But it wasn't about me. I wanted Tiffany to hit a rank. I wanted Desiree to hit a rank. I wanted Lauren to hit a rank. I wanted Chandler to hit a rank. And I still do every single month. I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? Who's ranking up? Let's go. But I don't know. It fuels my fire. But this was not easy at all. Like I've already told y'all, I had some serious trash mindset. Even looking back at this, I was like, I was not growing at this point. I thought terrible things, like I couldn't do this. One of the things that I told myself all the time was, I don't have the time to do this, because I know somebody put in the chat, like, I got married that month. I was teaching full time and I got married in December. And I was like, oh, well, I don't have time to do Plexus. Yes, you do. Okay. Chandler Sanderson Davis, is one of my leaders, and she is an 8 and she pulls the 8 out in me, y'all. So this is not going to be my lovey-dovey 9 self tonight. Like, you're going to get my 8 wing, because I was talking to my power partners about this today. Like, honestly, get over yourself. That sounds so terrible, but do, because you can do it. One of my favorite quotes is, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. If you tell yourself that you can't do it, you're right. You can't do it, and you're not going to. But if you tell yourself you can do this, and you can go diamond, or you can read 37 books in a month, like, you can and you will. And so I'm even having to tell myself this, y'all, every single day. I go on walks every morning. They have been my saving grace this month. And I'll start getting down on myself, and then I'm talking to myself looking like a crazy person walking in Runaway Bay America. And I'm like, no, RP, like, you've already proven what you can do. And it's not even about me anymore. It's about the people under me. It's about my family. For those of you that don't know, like, I could have every excuse in the world to not do anything this month, because we started our fertility testing, and y'all, it's hard. Like, getting a little emotional because I'm so passionate about all this, but like, it is hard and it sucks. And I share my journey openly, because I don't want anyone to feel like they're alone. So I could just be like, oh, I had an appointment today and now I'm going to go home and do nothing. No, I had an appointment today and I'm going to go do all the things and go diamond, so that I can give my baby the best life. And honestly, that's what it is. I had no intention of going on a tangent like this either. I have all these tips written down and I haven't given you one.
I love it. I love we love your tangent.
I will give you tips, I promise. Like, I have all this stuff. My desk is a disaster right now. But like, sometimes I want to come through our group chats and like hug you, and then shake you, and then hug you again, and tell you that you can do it. Because you can. And I'm not gonna lie, like, getting to gold was the hardest thing for me. And then boom, senior gold in like 4 months. And that still floors me. So, I mean, just tell yourself you can do it. Tell yourself you can do it until you believe that you can do it. Also, like, if you were on Marissa's call last week, this is my bookmark. in my book that I'm reading right now. I have not opened it to look at the garbage that's standing in my way, because that's exactly what it is. But y'all, like, it's important to put things in front of you that are going to help you and fuel your fire. So now I'll get back into mindsets and getting your mindset back on track, because you're going to fall off the wagon. Like, we're only human. My number one thing is pray. Like, I pray. I pray for this business. I pray for the people under me. Y'all, I pray for y'all, because I don't want to do this alone. And I don't want y'all to stop doing this, because it could be the most amazing thing ever if you just water your grass on your own side. I guess. Don't worry about the grass greener on the other side, water your own grass. But I pray. And if y'all are not doing this, I already told y'all, I have a billion books over here. I love books. If you hate reading, like, I will make you a reader. Just come spend a few minutes with me. This book right here, Jessica Heffley is doing this, and I'm behind because I did not order it on time. But 21 Days of Prayer for Your Business has already been the most amazing thing. Day one is give God control. And I was like, but give God control. I pray for my business every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, because I just need to let it go. And it's hard. It is, but it's necessary. Like, you have to do it. So pray and give your business to God, because He will provide. My second thing, books. I think Jordan just put it in the chat. Leaders are readers. I love reading. I love books. I always have. I have not always loved self-help, personal development books until Plexus, but I love learning and I love growing, y'all. I taught kindergarten for 5 years. I taught 6th grade for a year. I love books. If you need a book recommendation, get your notes out. This is currently what I'm reading. Has anyone read this? No? Oh my gosh. It is a lot of science. Oh, Marissa's listened to it. It's a lot of science, psychology type of stuff, but man, it's so good. And I'm like picking things out that I'm like, oh my gosh, I see this in Jordan. I see this in Chandler. I see that, like, I see this in y'all. Read this. It's amazing. It's all about passion and perseverance. And like, you have to have both of those to do this. So highly recommend. This is what I'm currently reading. Some of my other favorite books, The Energy Bus, that's what I read in March, and I went gold. Like, that book just blew my mind. The Traveler's Gift, and I don't have these to show y'all because I loaned them to my sister. She's also a major reader, and she read both of them in, like, it was a day. Now, mind you, she's in college, so she has to go to class and stuff, and she still read both of these books in one day. Grit, I showed y'all. The Road Back to You. I loved learning about my Enneagram because nines, I am a 9, wing 8. Nines will like completely shut down when they're overwhelmed. And I can pull myself out of that now. I can be like, no, stop being you and get over yourself and go do something. And I usually do. John Maxwell, Anything. Like, I know Jordan swears by this book. It's amazing. It's incredible. I honestly have not finished it, but it's so good. We just finished this. If you were in the book study, if you were not, read it. Developing the Leaders Around You. I did a book study with a couple of the girls on Chandler's team a couple months ago, Becoming a Person of Influence. And I will write all of this out, I promise y'all. And it was amazing. Like, every single one of us has influence, y'all. Every single one of us. We are influencing somebody. And then just one of my favorite books that's really just It doesn't have to do with business. It just has to do with working on yourself. Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen. I cried like this whole entire book, and I want to go back and read it. So I have a massive stack of books here that are on my to read list, and I may read Get Out of Your Head again first. But I books are everything, y'all. And don't just read to get through it and say you read something. Read to understand it. I know that's probably the little kid teacher in me, but read to understand it. Girl Wash Your Face, another one, loved it. Whether you like Rachel Hollis or not, like, she has some really good tangible tips in there, and I've read it twice. Training videos, search what you need, y'all. I watched 4 videos in one day last week on mindset because I knew that I was going to try to help y'all with mindset. So I watched 4 videos on it, and I loved every single one of them. I'm like cleaning my house, like, oh yeah, that's good. Yes, that too. Yes. Oh yeah. So, like I said, plexus and mindset, or plexus and belief, like, go watch those videos. There are a ton of them out there. One of my favorite belief videos is from Christina Williams, and y'all, she doesn't sugarcoat anything. Okay. I don't remember what number she is, but she does not sugarcoat things. And she's like, that's what I was thinking, Jordan. She's a 3. And like, she swift kick in the pants. I watch that video every month because I want to start my month out right. Podcasts, I know y'all hear us talk about it all the time. Bob Heilig is incredible. Emily Gibson has a new podcast, and right now it's just like her coaching calls with her life coaching. And then Jessica Heffley's is really good. Abby Kappa's is really good. I listen to Abby Kappa's more like when I need a life boost. I think Elva turned me on to this podcast. It's called The Life Coach School. It's also like, it's kind of monotone, and she's very toned down. She's not as boisterous as those other people that I just said, but she is a really good teacher. Trent Shelton. Oh my gosh. I get his text messages, and man, he is just life-giving, y'all. John Maxwell, I listen to occasionally. And then Jordan Dooley, like, I listen to her for life stuff also. A couple others, they do work for other network marketing companies, but Jessie Lee, she doesn't sugarcoat anything either. Like, she's swift kicking the pants. And then Do Your Crap is the other one. I love both of those. When I was teaching and going to work every day, that's what I listened to in the morning. So I love those. Okay, and I'm probably about to get emotional again because the 5th thing that I wrote down was power partners. I know Jordan preaches power partners. Her power partners are 2 of her very best friends, and I'm going to say the exact same thing. My power partners are Lindsay Nunley and Katie Woodruff and Meredith Simpson. Y'all, we talk every single day. These girls truly are my very best friends in the whole world. And the first time we got together was at convention. I had met each of them before, but we all got together at convention, and it like solidified that we were supposed to be power partners. I have always been a no thanks, I am going to work by myself type of person. I was always like that in school. I do not want to work by myself. I want to get on power hours. I want to work with my power partners. I want to encourage them. I need them to tell me to stop being dumb and go do stuff. And we all do. Like, we can all tell each other to go do something. Like, I don't know. They're just, I can't even. Lindsay Nunley called me before this and was like, you're going to do awesome. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited, and I'll see you in 10 minutes. Like, those are the people you want in your life. and they may not be on this specific team. They could be on another team. Go find them. Like I'm probably going to be like Jordan and preach power partners all the time, because like, y'all, I want to be on the beach in Hawaii next year with all three of these ladies. Like, I just do. And my last thing, I told y'all about this. I've been going on morning walks every morning. I use them for prayer walks or just listening to worship music. And that's how I get my day started. Like, I get up, I do an hour of quiet time, do my Bible study, read my Jesus Calling, and then I go for a walk. It doesn't have to be fast. It can be as slow as you want it to. I do not have great roads where I live, but I walk to the lake in the morning and I see like tiny little glimpses of the lake with the sun coming up over it. And it is the most amazing thing ever. Like, I don't know, it clears my head and gets me ready for everything that I'm about to do for the day. And if you're walking, working out, whatever, while you're doing this, you're going to have endorphins. So you're going to be happy. So those are just like the things that I do to get myself out of a funk, which happens more often than I want it to. But like, I live by these. I don't listen to podcasts every single day. I do read every single day, and I do talk to my power partners every single day, and I have been walking every single day. But like, pick one to incorporate into your routine, because then you can slowly continue incorporating all of them, and your mindset will just it'll be completely different, y'all. So thank y'all for listening to me go on a rant tonight.
That is not what we call a rant. That is what we call training, and we appreciate it. Y'all have any questions, or did like anything that you said you're like, okay, I do that. I didn't realize that was a mindset thing I was doing, but I do that. Or maybe one you don't do that you want to get better at, or do you have a question for how she found power partners, or, anyway, anything that you want to know. Let's grill Randi Paige.
I have a quick question, because I'm totally sitting here ordering the 4 books that I remembered you saying. What was the book you were talking about? Numbers. Look, y'all are going to turn me into a damn reader one of these days. The last time I read a full book was a Harry Potter book. I'm determined to change that this year.
Okay, look here. First of all, I'm rereading Harry Potter also while reading Grit. I think this is the one you're talking about.
No, it wasn't. You kept saying something about like you were an 8, a 9. What was that?
Oh, The Road Back to You.
The Road Back. Okay.
Yes. By Ian something.
I just wanted to jump in and say something about power partners, because I had like a struggle finding my people. Not like a struggle, but just be open, like be really open. And some, like, in order for them to grow with you and like help you grow your business, like it might not work with certain people, like I think Jordan connected me with someone once, and it was like we had massive like time zone issues, and like we still talk all the time, but like we couldn't be really good power partners for each other because our time zones were so off. We didn't work at the same time. We couldn't do power hours together. Like it wasn't good for our business. We're really good friends now, but so I would just say, I know a lot of people are like, help me find a power partner, and we try to connect people as best as we can, but also like you have to be real with yourself, and you have to be giving just as much as you're getting from your people. And yeah, I hate time zones too, Marissa, but you're still my person.
Yeah, I first off, don't ever ask me to pair you up, because it will not work. It's literally never worked when I've paired someone together. So just don't even ask. But I want to piggyback on that power partner topic, because I needed people around me that weren't on my team to tell me to get my crap together, but also to encourage me and tell me, hey, by the way, great job on that post today. You did a really good job, like that one-on-one encouragement. But I found my power partners by looking at corporate leaderboards and higher up diamond leaderboards, just like the one that I post every week. And I said, this girl's been on our leaderboard. Like, we were like racing back and forth on who was adding the most. I saw her rank up stuff. I saw her posting. I saw she was a Christian. Like, I saw all this stuff, right? And so it is not something that we can do for you. It has to be proactive. And I think that's one of the reasons it works so well, is when you go search it out, it works better. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Randy, I also have a question for you. In those times when, you were feeling, oh, sorry, Angel Boy, where you were feeling like, really stuck, was there a specific podcast that you found yourself turning to, or a specific anything that you, like a book that you're like, I need this right now? Or was it kind of just a little of everything?
So I mean, Bob Heilig, honestly, like my goal was to listen to all of them in order. No, I have not done that because he comes out with new ones so much, but I would just listen to things over and over again until I found something that just clicked with what I was going through or what I wasn't doing. Going back to like Jessie Lee's podcast and finding something, because she titles hers like really catchy. So I would go find something and pick whatever she had to say. And if I didn't like it, I'd turn it off and go to another one.
Oh, and Katie just reminded me that I paired her with Lindsay. So I'm not a complete failure. One worked.
So I know that you said like the jump from silver to gold or senior silver to gold was like hard for you. But what kind of got you to that, or what kind of pushed you to gold?
Actually, I started talking about the business. I had somebody who I really wanted to do the business with, and I know her name popped up on this call a little bit ago, but I'm not sure if she's still on or not. But I just flat out told her, I was like, look, I want you to do this with me. And I actually signed her in January. But then I just kept building belief in her. And I told her that she 100% could get her products paid for. And she went and added 5 people in a week. So that was amazing. And honestly, like, she helped me get to gold. Because I did need those extra orders to get to gold.
What was your activity like during that season, Randi Paige?
Trash. Like, I would still post or try to post. It was very much copy and paste post. Like, I would just go find somebody else's and slap my picture with it and whatever. I was rarely tweaking anything, but I'll go back. Like, I have my IPA notebook, and I can go back. This one is only to the end of May. And my other ones, like, I would maybe have a date written up at the top and there'd be nothing on it. Like, I just wasn't talking to people. I wasn't messaging them when they liked my post. Like, I wasn't doing anything, it feels like.
Did you see the comments? Katie said checking the boxes, but not really like doing action, like actually putting yourself out there, doing scary things, being authentic with it. Like, yeah.
Yes. Also, I just watched, I think it's on Emily Roberts' YouTube channel, but it's Tiffany Weaver. Like, she had her as a guest. And she said that she was checking the boxes, but she did not enjoy IPA at all. But when she started like taking the time and really started enjoying it is when her team exploded, and like y'all, she like legit exploded. um, and I can share that in rock stars too. I'll go find it.
Everything you're saying right now, Randy, is like exactly what Bob teaches. That whole theory behind actions don't yield results. It's beliefs and then actions and then results. And for me personally, like I've been through so many seasons where I was checking the boxes, I was doing the things, but like there was no passion, there was no intentionality, there was no like authenticity. And so like maybe I was doing my IPA every day, but like I didn't truly want it. Like I didn't see the bigger picture. I didn't believe that I was worthy of the things that I wanted. And so I never saw the results. And I got very burnt out a lot of the time when I was in seasons like that. So anyways, I just want to share that because a lot of what you're saying, like it truly does start with belief. And if you're not in the mindset of like believing that you're capable of this, you're worthy of this, and that this is something you truly want in your life, you might as well just like throw in the towel until you get your head right. Because it really does start there.
Yep, I absolutely agree with that. And like there are times, honestly, probably November, December, that I'm just like, okay, well, I'll just teach forever and it'll be fine. I'll make chump change that like doesn't cover anything, and I'll put my kids in daycare because I really don't want to, y'all. And so like that's what keeps me going, is that all of that past stuff, I don't want it back. I don't want to go back to teach. I love the kids, but I love being home and I want to be home with my kids. So yeah.
Okay, I have one, RP. What is the most important thing to you to convey?
Come back.
Where'd she go?
No, but I was excited.
I was too.
You'll keep doing all these cliffhangers tonight. I need more sleep before we do this. I don't even see her on there.
Okay, while we're waiting for Jordan, can I ask you a question, RP?
Well, yes.
So those times whenever your life hit critical mass with the busyness, what did you do to stay on track?
Honestly, I leaned on my power partners. I wasn't reading as much as I wanted to at that point. I was listening to podcasts because I could fit them in the car. But then I had my power partners. Like I would have Lindsay ask me if I messaged 5 people for the day, even if it was only messaging 5 people. Like you don't have to do every single tiny thing every single day, because you will get burnout. Like you'll hit a point and you'll just be like, this is not fun anymore. So like if I just did one thing on my PA sheet that day, I was calling it a win. And I was always listening to a podcast because I had to drive to work every day. It was a 30-minute drive. So yeah, I just pick one.
I also love that you said this because I think this is important, Randy. Anytime, like, if you ever heard, what is it like when when people are going, they get tough, or when the going get tough, or I don't know what the saying is, but something about when people get crazy, they get tough, like mentally tough. You said this, you said it wasn't, I could have easily said, because I went to the doctor today and it was a heavy day, I need to go home and sit. But because I went to the doctor today, I came home and worked. And I think that so much of what like you are teaching right now is so good, because I have ranked up every time I've had a kid, every time I have moved, like within 30 days. because when things get crazy, we focus on the one thing that we can do. What is the one thing that's going to move the needle today? I don't have time for fluff. Marissa is a great example of this. When she moved, she added like 12 people that month. She didn't have time for crap. She didn't have time for things that were outside of her vision, for drama, nothing. She literally had time to send messages and make posts, and that was it. So I think that your tip is brilliant. And I think that like that shift of, because life is crazy, I can't do this, but actually shifting that, because life is crazy, I need this, is really big. Is Jordan back yet? No. I know we have some
I
girls.
don't see her.
I don't either. I know we have some girls pushing for senior gold. Allie, I know, is pushing. Katie is pushing. Jordan Gibson is super close. Lindsay, I mean, I know that there's more. So do any of you guys, Leanne, I know that's your next rank. Anybody have questions for her as far as that rank up before we hop off of here in a few minutes?
Okay, I'll ask a question because I've kind of been stuck at silver, and I think a lot of it, 100%, is mindset and my bad energy that's just going on in my personal life, and I'm trying to shove it out of my way and bring in the good energy. When I have the good energy, my messages are better, my follow-ups are better. I guess what's the one thing you guys would say has helped you the most when you're trying to get rid of that bad energy in your life that you just can't get rid of because it's just there, but you need to put it out of your life to get your business right? What's the one thing you would recommend doing?
Grow. Not your business, yourself.
Yeah.
My rank up months have always come after a massive month of growth in myself. So read some books. I can't push books enough, honestly. Like, even if you read one page a day.
I told you y'all was gonna turn me back into a reader. Like, it's something I've never actively ever seeked out to want to do in my life. Like, literally ever. I was that one kid who, when you were given the summer reading list, I was like, yeah, mom, I did it. I don't know what you're talking about, but I didn't even know what the book was, who even wrote the book. I didn't know because I wasn't that girl. But yeah, I know reading helps with the self-development. It works on the mind. I get it.
Anybody else have a, I love your answer. I'm just curious if anybody else, what y'all would say. I saw Chandler's raise
I
your
have a
lid.
question.
Yeah.
So Randy, how do you reach out to the business?
This is really hard for me. But honestly, like, it's been really authentic, especially recently. I know that I want people to do this because I can see what it has done for so many of my friends' families. But like today, I actually have a friend, her boyfriend works with my husband, and they just had their son 10 weeks early. So like she was on bed rest before then, and I was like, look, Alyssa, like, her name is Alyssa too. Alyssa, I would love for you to come learn about this and be in our community, because, well, this is the best community that you could possibly be in. And I'm just really open with not even what it's done for me, just like, I think you would love this because it gives you time freedom and it gives you your people. So it's kind of different for everybody, but it's always from a place of love.
I love that. Thank you.
I have a question. Not necessarily for going senior silver because I'm not there yet, but like, and I haven't been doing the business side for very long. So in perspective, it's been like a month where there was like really not a lot happening is what it felt like. Like my first 2 months were I felt pretty successful in it. And felt like I was like making some good headway or whatever. And then August came, and August was really dead, but, and September's been pretty dead too, honestly. But like, I know, like I have been trying to make sure that I'm doing little things every day and following up and conversations and this and that. So it's trying to remind myself that it's not all for nothing. Did you have seasons like that throughout this journey and then been able to see those little plugs finally come to fruition?
Yes. So I've had several seasons like this. Full honesty, I added 0 people last month, not a single person. And I was doing all the things. I was doing IPA, I was doing power hours. I was making sure that I was doing my crap, but I didn't add a single person in August, and I have yet to add a person in September. It all comes back to mindset. Like, you just have to pull yourself out. Like, it's not you, because they're not joining something that they don't know about yet. So the longer you do this, the more people are going to be watching. Whenever I messaged Alyssa today about the business, she was like, yeah, I'm super interested about all this plexus stuff. Like, she knew what I did, and she knew that I was successful at it. Also, I believe it is Bob Heilig. Okay, I know it is. Redefine your own version of success. Like, what does success look like for you? Because my version of success is going to be different than Jordan's and Taylor's and Marissa's and Chandler's. Like, all of our versions of success are going to be different. Part of that stems from like our deep down personality. I am a 9. I want the world to live in harmony. And Jordan is a 3, and she's over here like, go do the things. Like, you know what to do. I'm pretty sure she actually told me this today, like, without actually telling me. She told me, you know what to do. And so, like, redefine success for yourself. And I will go find that exact quote from him when we get off here, because it really makes you think, like, oh, I don't have to think what everyone else does anymore.
Can I add on to this as a 3? Becca, I will tell you, there when seasons where I've been stuck, I have to check my activity. Like, that's one of the first things I have to check. Yes, I have to check my mindset. Tara Castaneda's videos have pulled me out of many holes and many ruts. And then I have to check my activity. First things I do is look at my calendar for the last 30 days. How many events have I scheduled? How many phone calls have I scheduled? How many messages have I sent? And if those are low, like, I need to up my game. And if like that, and so like that's like the low-hanging fruit. Like, okay, I need to get to work. Like, that's easy. That can yield fruit quickly. But we've all had seasons where we're doing all the 100-person reach outs. We're doing our IPA every day, and we're not seeing growth yet.
Can I I just want to really quick, I just want to add on to that. Sorry.
You're good.
I'll go fast. And just saying that, like Jordan said, yet, like, I mean, I remember doing the 100-person reach out and being like, this doesn't work. Like, they said this worked and this doesn't work. And then like seeing the fruits of that labor 60 and 90 days later. So just keep that in mind as well.
Okay, I'm going to add this really quick, and then we'll probably just get off this topic. But even in those seasons, though, I just wanted to add, like, that is why consistency is key. Even in the seasons where maybe you're not adding, your 3 people a month or 0 or just whatever, consistency is key. And the example that I have on this is I have had girls that have started the business with me 3 years ago when I started, who fell off, completely stopped. But because I was consistent and I kept showing up, even in the seasons where I felt like I was just not getting any results, this Mexico trip that we just went on, I've had 2 people now come back and say, hey, you have been consistent. You're still doing the things. I can now see the vision that this works. And now they're coming back and re-signing up, and now they're wanting to start sharing again. And so just know that even though you're going to go through seasons like this, don't let that stop you from sharing and moving forward and being consistent with your IPA and posting.
Any other questions for Randi Paige before we call? I'm going to tell y'all what's coming next week, and then we're going to call it a day.
There's a question in the comments about the 90-day rule. And so the 90-day rule is what you do this month, you're not going to see the fruit of this month for 90 days. So that's like the 90-day rule, if that helps.
Okay, so I'm going to end with this really quick. So John Maxwell, he is like my favorite person in the world. I was not a great leader. I'm not saying I'm great now, but I am much better now and much more equipped now than I used to be because of John Maxwell. And he says, the pessimist complains about the wind, the optimist expects it to change, and the leader adjusts the sails. And so for me, optimism is a muscle we have to practice. And it's a muscle that can get stronger with time. And just like Chandler said in the comments, like when you feel stuck, grow your leadership lid. Like the leader's the one adjusting the sails, making moves to make things happen. And so that is my goal for all of us, is to move from this pessimist where it's comfortable there into this optimist space, expecting the best things to happen, and then moving into that leadership role. Thank you, Randi. That was so good. I'm so glad I recorded it. Next week, get your people on our call. We have Rachel Neagle. She's a Diamond ambassador, and she is like the hormone product knowledge queen. She's great. So come expecting to hear about periods, hormones. Ask her all the product knowledge questions. You guys, this is not a gift of mine. She's like a gift. Okay. So bring your questions.
Also, she's from Lubbock, Texas.
Yes, true. What's you know, the thing, Raiders. I don't know. There it is. Okay. Do that.
Yeah. Crazy.
So she's going to be our guest speaker next week. So come with all your questions. Seriously. You want this information. And that's all I have. And then y'all, did you hear where we're going in March? Everyone, did you hear? Do you all know? If you do not know, put in the comments, I do not know. Because you need to know. Because you need to be excited about this. Y'all, trips are life. How many times on this call did you hear Randi Paige say, getting to in person changed the game? Okay. We are going next quarter. Okay. Then it's a 3-month contest. And anyone on this call can get this. I have seen Taylor earn a trip like this in less than 30 days. She only worked the business for 30 days and she earned the trip. Okay. So you have 3 months to get this thing, not just this thing, but the $2,500 shopping spree that comes with it, the 4 tickets to Disney. We're going to Orlando as a team, and we should have 50 to 60 people on this trip. We should have. There is no reason that we should not have that, because this is attainable for absolutely everyone. Cassandra, my sponsor, is like a numbers queen. She said that if someone starts and adds 15 people next week or next month, and they retain 10 of them, they earn the trip. A brand new Super Silver. How many of you guys know of friends who need money in their pockets, or need a vacation, or would love to go to Disney? Okay. Anyone can do this. Okay. So we'll talk more about this later, but I'm just telling you, the work you do right now, that 90-day rule, will produce fruit coming during this contest. It is important. Okay. Thank y'all so much. I will see y'all next week.